Hello? You guys there? Mic check. Testing one, two. Nothing. Yo, what's up, bud? Well, hello. Good night. This is Barry from Awesome Calls. Um, Good. It's clean, clear. Alright, great. So let's get started. So anyways, for anybody that's here that don't know me, my name is Barry. I am a moderator at awesomecalls.com. Today we're going to be going over a couple things. I have a lot of traders asking me how do I find stuff, how do I know where to enter and exit trades. So I'm going to go over a couple things. We're going to be going over. I figure you know what we could do on webinars. We could break it up into sections, like learning sections, because we just can't go over everything at once. So I was thinking we could do like tonight we're gonna do formations and trend lines. We're gonna try to see if we could kind of isolate things and make it easier for people to go through. So that way we have a format. Anyway, so this is me. It's my Twitter here at Barry Mohan81. Again, moderator at awesomecalls.com. All right. See if we can move this over. All right. So this is just a chart. I kind of blew it up here so you guys can get a better view. I know everybody's not here for this. You're experienced traders. You guys are here for this. Not tonight though. Um, so, anyways, I want to go over some formations. I mean, basic formations. Let me see what charts were good today that we can go over. Right out of the gate. What did I play? I played was it HRTX? Yeah, this one. Okay. Um okay. Alright, ESPR, oh god. We'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. This one, HRTX. Right here on this candle, it was at 935 when there was like there was about 85,000 shares come in on the volume here. That's when my indicator kicked off. And so I was looking at this chart right here, and I can't remember if I got in right here because there's so much other stuff going on with ESPR and AMBA. So I think this one kind of fell through the cracks, which it shouldn't have really early. I should have really nabbed this from down here right on this 200. I really messed up on this. I should have grabbed this all the way down here and ran this all the way up. I mean, if I just saying that I got in here based on this volume, every time I alert for volume, it's gonna pop off the volume and then it's gonna pull. Now, if I had been watching this chart carefully, I would have seen that right here, after the pop on the volume, it would have stayed on top of my trigger. I would have probably gone long somewhere around here, somewhere around here. And then what I would have done is I would have done something maybe like something like this, where I would draw a channel, even right off these first few candles here, right? So we're not okay. Let's picture we're not even seeing that. So let's kind of stick this over here, so we won't see that. Duplicate that, and then we'll draw a channel somewhere here. Okay. Let's open this back out. Alright, you see? And even without knowing what all of this was, that trade kind of stayed in between this channel over here. So, if I did take this over here, I'd be riding this channel all the way up. Until it gave me a real reason to get out. The real reason would have been, obviously, right here, a succession of candles under my channel. And then over here, you do another channel, like that. This is just if you were intraday trading this thing alone, by itself, without anything else. You do a channel like that, then you'd have a downtrend, and then you'd go long again here for another uptrend channel, which should be parallel to this. here and there, and then you'd have another uptrend channel there. So that's how I would play this if I was doing it all day, just one stock all day. This is how I'd be doing it. I mean, obviously you can see here you also got another formation. That's just channel. Then you got another formation here, which is, I'm just drawing a rough line, which is like a flag right here. So that's your flag. You get the up, you get the down, and then you have to find some sort of a base. So your trade comes up like this, then it comes in there, and it keeps working in this range here till it tightens up, and then it breaks out to the upside. So that would be your bull flag right there, and if you can see, it looks just like that over here. So that would be a flag, and then you can play, I mean, you can keep playing this flag all day long on this even little flags within flags. So you'd have another flagpole here, and then you'd have a really long flag, but it's still a flag, and then you'd have another breakout here to the upside. Then you have another up, then you have another itty bitty flag here, and then another breakout right there. So if you were doing, you can see all those flags. There's one, there's two, and there's another one right here. I mean, you know, obviously this is kind of half-assed, but this is another flag here, and obviously there's another breakout there. So if you were doing formations like that, you can trade this all day. That's just one. Let's do ESPR, since that was the big boy today. This was, I don't know. I missed this really bad here. Really bad on this area here. I should have grabbed down here. I think I was just focused on other things. On the daily chart though, if you're looking at this, you can, okay, even without knowing what happened here today, you could have seen what this chart was trying to tell you where it wanted to go. Let's see if those, see, that's the channel that this chart was in from a very long time. Right around there. That's just a basic channel that this chart was, right? So this is what this chart was trying to tell me that it wanted to do. And look where it ended up today. Right there. So from this channel here, it broke out the channel, but it came back in. So that's why I should have nailed this right here. If I had a line right where this line intersected here, right there, see that yellow line? I went back to my daily chart, to my 1 minute chart. Look at where that yellow line is. That's the line I just plotted. That's how close I would have nailed that if I was paying more attention to this chart. But I wasn't. I mean, there's so much other stuff that's going on that we can't pay attention to everything. So, you know, I was playing other stuff today, and I was playing Amba, and with that HRTX, and I was watching a few other things too. So I was watching Blue. So I should have really caught this one, but I didn't. Okay, so anyways, this would be a, oh, you just saw that, Ryan? That would be a channel. If you're doing a channel, a down channel, then you would have, yeah, how about that? No, the lines don't lie. And then even if I did a channel trade here, this is just a general channel. Now I would have gone long somewhere here with the breakout. So I think what I'm gonna do actually from tomorrow, I think I'm gonna change up a little bit how I trade. I think I'm gonna focus on a couple big trades in the morning. I'm gonna alert and everything in the room still, but I think I'm gonna focus just on a couple more because I've been missing some of these really big plays, and I don't like that. I can focus more on some smaller like one or two stocks and just make some monster plays and then just be done. This blue gapping down. Let's see where that ended up. If it would, I had lines on this thing. Some of my lines got messed up. Um, if I was to play this channel wise, even without open, it would have been something like this. I mean, this is a really hard one to channel though, because it's just really wishy-washy here. The spreads are too much on blue for me to do something like that. Yeah, I mean, I used to have that problem where I used to spread myself out a lot, and then I got over that, and then focused on stuff. But now I really have a good grasp of a lot of different things. Like I can trade a bunch of different things at a time and still keep my head in the game. But on a day like today, I mean, scanners were just lighting up. There was so much things going on. I mean, we grabbed this amber right here of this 109 again based off this bottom right there. See the bottoms right there? So I was just looking in this general area here again, and I mean I just grabbed it right off the signals. That one I just used some candles right here, right here. This was my early signal to go long. Okay. Um, and let's see what else. Baba was in play today. I missed a big play on Baba here. Should have gone. This was gapping up. Pull it open. We should have gone long from here. But again, same thing. Same issue with this one. Just too much stuff to look at. Another that would be a pull. That would be a general flag. And then that would be a breakout again. I think this is where I called it for you guys at 88.20 when right before I left. 88.20. I said nail at 88.20. I think a few of you guys did, and I'm sure most of you guys cashed out somewhere around here. Hopefully around here. At least you made money on that. Oh, what do I mean by using the candles? Candle formations. Uh, oh man, that's like a whole different lesson by itself. Um, okay, let me see. Let me see if I can get a candle pattern here. Okay, let's just look right here. Um, this right here, doji, gap up, and then you go long. It has to be above. If this gap down, it would pull more. So that's just a general candle formation. That's why I would say go long on the other formation over here, like this engulfing pattern. You see the engulfing pattern, and then you get the open above the close of that candle. Then you go long. On that long amber, what was your risking? Um, on the amber play here, gosh, I had a few stocks that I was working with at the same time. So what I did with like on this thing that I know moves points, or most stocks that I see moves points, I usually give it sometimes. I mean, obviously my first entry is never full size. I never, if I want 1,000 shares, I never just go, I'm gonna buy 1,000 shares right away. If I want 1,000, my first order will probably be 250. Then I'll do 500 if it's moving up the way that I really want it to move, or I'll do 250 again, and then wait for the 500. And if it's really moving the way I want it to move, I'll just drop 750 right on it right away, and so I'll have my 1,000. But on this one, I can't remember exactly what was my entry. I really can't remember exactly what was my entry, but I know it was down in this area over here. And I was just basing it off of this. I was just basing it off of this strength over here. This range right here. This, I mean, this range, you guys know I've been in it for a few days. So once it was down in this area, for me it was a signal. I have it on my side charts. This and obviously like 20 other stocks, but I have this one on my side charts for the last couple days, and once it was in this area, I took some. So and then I added, and I think I had I can't remember if I had 700 or 800 shares or something. I didn't get all of them. I didn't get all of them here that I wanted. So when I started adding, it just kind of wishy-washy, but I just ran with it with whatever I had. Um, what was I risking? I was on plays like this. I just give it like a point mover stock. You got to give it a point in something. A point mover stock, you can't risk 20, 30 cents. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. On smaller stuff, what did I call that I gave a really accurate call on today? With the I think was G GoPro. GoPro on the short. Was it on the second? It was up here. It was here, right? This was it this one? Damn. Yeah, somewhere around here. It was. Right, and I said take the short at 25 and risking the using that 30 as a 30 range as your area where you didn't. Yeah, it was because I was looking around here. What? There was a shush. Hold on, I'll show you guys why. Now that I'm doing this, it's kind of hard for me to. Here we go. That was a 200 right there. That was my reasoning for the short. So I was saying take the short here, and then you're not risking much over here. I mean, you didn't get a lot out of it. Obviously, it didn't pull the way I wanted it to, but it should have, but it didn't. That's what I was looking for, this break here, and I was expecting it to come back down nicely, but it didn't. So, not all trades work great. Some of them work okay. Um, Everybody's got screen, I think, AJ. Okay. Alright, so here's another flag. No, so the flags work really good on your intraday plays, but it also really works good if you want to swing stuff. So here's a 12 months on the same HRTX. So if you were looking at this stock from way back, I mean, and none of us really pay enough attention to long term trades. But if you look at this, really, you can see a little flag here, right, and then the breakout. Then you get another little flag here, and then the breakout, and then you get another flag here, and then the breakout. So what's this telling me? Obviously, it's gonna come back. This is where this chart is telling me it's gonna come back to somewhere around here. It's gonna use these highs, and it's gonna come back somewhere around here, around 24, 25. So for this flag, this is what I'm expecting to happen right here. It's gonna eventually do something like this, and it may break out, but all depends on if this I don't know, this company throws an offer in or something at us. So, but that's what I'm looking at there. That's your pattern all the way up. Yeah, flags are cool. Um, let's do another flag. This is amber, 12 months. Look at this flag. I mean, these are just flags all over. Delete, delete. Okay, flags all over here. Little ones, little ones, little ones. I mean, I'm just doing rough charting here. Little ones. So now you got another big flag over here. this also is gonna retrace down here, and then it's gonna form something like that. So you see the flags all the way up. What's the white moving average line? This line here, the gray one, that's my 200. My gray is my 200. My red is my 50. This yellow is my 20, and this purple line here is my 8. This is the line that I use for making really precise trades. This is my trigger line. These are my main support lines here. Now if this chart just saying out of the blue, I don't know, for some reason I don't really care. Just saying something really bad happened and tomorrow this chart was just like pulling, like all the way down, and we couldn't find whoa, that's a really bad by the way, Scotch doesn't have a cool pencil, so I gotta do like a little line thing. Just say for some reason this chart was pulling for no reason or for good reason, I don't know. If I was looking at this, just say this chart was pulling just like ESPR did. I'm looking at main supports. So I'm looking at the 50, and if it breaks there, then I'm looking at the 200, and if it breaks there, then I'm looking at some sort of main trend line that I would want this chart to eventually stop. So if just saying that's how I use my MAs as main supports. Other than the channels, there's most channels are parallel to each other. If you guys didn't know, so you saw that blue line. This blue line is parallel to it. Watch when it goes up, how it's pretty accurate. Hold on, wait for the points to touch. Boom, right there. Well, this line was kind of off to begin with. Alright, but most channels are parallel to each other. So you get a parallel channel there, then you get a breakout. Now if we were just doing swing trades alone and we're just looking for patterns, then that's your breakout right there. Then you would have been swinging this thing from, I don't know, $80. So yeah, you're looking at this you're looking at that pattern up top there on today. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting play here. Right here, that pattern, just to make it clear for everybody. Yeah, so we're looking at that right there, right? If this gaps down tomorrow, so if this opens anywhere here, under this close, I'm gonna look for a pop and then pull, and then maybe, being that this chart is so extended, maybe I'll swing some. I don't know. Short. Depends on the direction of that chart. So we gotta see where it goes. But we've had patterns like this before, and it still went through. So you gotta see the open first. See, this was the pattern here. Everybody was probably thinking, oh, I'm gonna short it right here, and then it opened above. See that open? That opens above. That was the pattern right there. I'm sure a lot of people were thinking, okay, we're gonna short this thing. Then it opens above and runs. On that day, it opened here, it pulled to this line here, and then it went. So it actually pulled to the close, and then it went. Then it went long. ESPR, just because of this madness right here from today, you're gonna get a short covering tomorrow. Just because of this. So I'm just thinking tomorrow, if it pulls a little bit, I'm just gonna go long for a little short covering here, and then we'll see how this whole formation works out. Where this chart may, it's kind of crazy to think that it actually would want to come back down here, but being that it hooked the base here, being that it hooked that base there, I'm thinking it may just come back down to this line, 73, so let's say 74 even. that would be my base for ESBR, and then maybe we could just take some crazy long swing ones back up here. Because with City and with all the other analysts defending this thing, it's gonna go back up. There's no reason for this overreaction right here. But it did fill this gap. So if that was the plan of the chart, it did that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with this one. But that's what I'm looking for. X out some of this junk. Okay. When I was doing it just with supports, I did it like this. I had one there. Obviously, it didn't even go there. I had one down here just in case. So that when I switch back now, just put a line in wherever, right? I don't care. When I switch back now to my 1 minute, all my lines are still here. So by charting on my daily, and I switch back to my 1 minute, all my lines are here. So that's how during the day it's easier for me to just pick stuff, and then I'll just do this during the night. Say I find something that I want to play, I'll do this during the night, and then I'll have it on one of my side charts for tomorrow. So anyways, we were doing formations and flags, and I mean, you guys know all the other types of formations, right? Let's get some blank space. Oh gosh, there's no blank space there. There must be a blank space. Okay, here we go. So you got like double tops, right? Like that. And then you got double bottoms, like that. And these are just basic ones that I use. Obviously the flags, that would be, if it came from this way, it'd be a bullish. If it came from this way, and it came like that, it'd be a bearish. So that would be a bull, a bear. And I use a lot of channels. So if I had a channel that was this way, then obviously I'd have a parallel line to it. That'd be a bullish channel, or a obviously bearish channel, like that. So I just use basic formations. I don't get too crazy with all the other there's a lot of technical ones, but I don't get too involved with all the other ones. I just kind of use the basic ones, just flags, channels, a lot of triangles, and they're basically the same crap. They're basically the same crap. I mean, head and shoulders, all those, it's just different form. I mean, if you really dissect, if you take a head and shoulder, for example, right, you go up. Where are my things? Okay. Go up, you come down, you go up, you come down, you go up, and then you come down. So that's a head and shoulder, right? This is a shoulder, this is a shoulder, this is the head. But if you were to break this into flag formations, you would see that this is just a flag, this is just a flag, right? So it still works out the same. So all of these formations, all of these just doji candles, you know, type things, I mean, they're all just different names for the same things. So don't get too confused with, oh my god, I have to learn these 15,000 formations, or you know, every single candlestick pattern. You don't have to learn every single thing, but you do have to know the basic ones, so you can just point them out real quick. This was obviously a formation that went to hell. That's a flag. I mean, shit, you can see that. That's a flag. So this formation obviously went to hell. So that's a perfect example of stuff. What lines? There are no lines. It's a perfect example here of a formation that did not work. So not all formations, not all